Hi guys, it's Sarah from Book Nerds and Fangirls, and today I will be reviewing A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I am so far so in love with this book series. I can't even tell you. I am so excited because I got done with this one today. I half listened to it on audiobook and half read it, but mostly I read it. I was happy that I didn't have to rely on the audiobook to get me through this one, like I did of Court of Thorns and Roses. But this book, man, it's so great, and I'm so excited that I don't have to wait forever to read A Court of Wings and Ruin, because how this book ends is just so epic, and I'm just over here like, I need this other book, and I have this other book, so I don't have to wait for the continuation of this series, even though it's a 6-book series, and this is the third one, but this is the end of Feyre and Feyre's story. I don't know who the last 3 books are gonna follow. At this point, I really just want more books in this world. This world is so intriguing and interesting, and I just love them. I can't wait to get my hands into this one. I've heard this book isn't as good as the second one, and I hope that's not true. I hope my taste... I really like this end book because, oh my gosh, the second book is a very hard thing to live up by. And I know most books suffer from second book syndrome, but it's not the case with this second book. I think the only second books I've read that haven't suffered from second book syndrome are Catching Fire and The Torch Against the Night. Those are the 2 that I've noticed that don't suffer from second book syndrome. They're not mad, they're not blood, they keep action going, and I needed another book to prove that second book syndrome can be avoided, and this is definitely the book, and it's just, I just love it. So, if you haven't read this book yet, and you're just looking for my rating, I give this book a high 8.5 out of 10 stars. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love the relationship in here. I totally ship Rhysand and Feyre now when I didn't beforehand. If I didn't ship them before, because Rhysand was kind of an ass, and I didn't like him at first, and then I saw him in this book, and I'm like, okay, Rhysand is one of my favorite new characters besides Mor. Mor is awesome, and Lucien in this book, he's gonna have to fight really hard to get me to like him again in the third book, and Tamlin. I fucking hate Tamlin. So if you want to know my thoughts and why I hate Tamlin, and why Lucien has to earn back my respect, and why I love these other characters, stay tuned for the spoiler review, and for all you non-spoilery people, go read this book. It's worth it. Pick up this book series. The first one is a bit to get through. I had to audiobook the first one, and I ended up really loving the first one. But the second book, if I had to pick, I think now talking about it out loud, because whenever I was reading it, I was contemplating which book was better, the first or the second book, because I like Feyre in both of them. But this one has tons more action. It has a hell of a lot better romance than Feyre and Tamlin. Oh, gross. And I'm so glad I got to read this book, and it was awesome, and I need to talk about it, so for all you non-spoilery people, I'll see you later. Bye, non-spoiler people. Okay, we have to talk about characters first. I always tend to talk about characters first in my videos. I'll start off with the King of Hybern. I didn't really like the King of Hybern, villain-wise, because if you're a villain, I know he did some pretty despicable stuff in the last part of the book. Fucking, of course, the whole destroying Velaris thing. I hated when they destroyed Velaris. I was like, no, I love Velaris. Why are you doing that to Velaris? But I didn't really find him that intriguing of a villain. If anything, the real villain in this story is Tamlin, and fuck Tamlin. Tamlin, even though the king deceived him, he should know better than to trust the King of Hybern. I mean, how stupid could you be? I know you're blinded by love, but some love doesn't make love. You could only use love so much for you being a fucking idiot. And Tamlin, I thought was a fucking idiot in this book. I have lost all respect for him, and I really hope Feyre kills him in the next book. I really hope so. I think he's moved to my most hated character besides Marcus from A Torch Against the... Well, not A Torch Against the Night, besides, Marcus from Ember in the Ashes. It's just like, he's evil, but he doesn't have a good enough reason to be evil. Evil, kind of like Marcus. If I had to compare him to a character, I would say Marcus from Ember in the Ashes series, because it's all like, you're blinded by something. Marcus is blinded by power, while Tamlin's blinded by his obsession. It's not love. Love, he wants to think it's love. But Tamlin is so blinded by obsession, and we'll get to that in the Tamlin portion of the character discussion, because oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, my mom was texting me right there. Jeez, King of Hybern. Let's talk about the King of the Summer Court. He was okay. I didn't hate him. The Summer Court in general, that part of the portion of the book was really it's probably why, that portion of the book is probably why I got 8.5 out of 10 stars for me. 10 stars for me, because I hated the Summer Court, and I hated Feyre and Rhysand meshing together because they're my babies in this book. I totally ship them as a couple now. I didn't end the first book. It's like, why are people shipping this couple? Because I've heard of ships for this series, and Feyre and Rhysand were on the top of that list, and I didn't understand how they could be at the top until I read A Court of Mist and Fury, and I'm like, oh, I totally get it. Okay. Respect given. Totally love Rhysand. I love everything about how they explained what happened in Under the Mountain, and I love how Rhysand knew who Feyre was before he actually knew who Feyre was. It was just, but we're not to that portion yet. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I just love this book to pieces, to bits. It's probably one of my favorite books of 2017 so far. It's definitely, it's like, oh, it gave me so many emotions. I didn't cry. This book didn't make me cry, and I thought it made me cry, but it didn't. It was more of a happy read. It brought me so much joy, and I haven't had a book that brought me so much joy like this in a while. Besides Torch Against the Night, that book was epically awesome. And this book is just as epically awesome as that one. Let's see. Let's talk about the Night Court. There's 4 different people of the Night Court besides Rhysand and Feyre. There's more. There's Cassian. There's Azriel, and then there's I'm trying to remember what her actual name is. I know I'm gonna botch it, no matter what. If I could find her name. Amren? Yeah, Amren. And then there's Amren, and I'm gonna talk about Amren first, because Amren for me was kind of like I'm really fascinated what she actually is, because we didn't really, she's a mystery of the Night Court. I don't really know what's going on with her. I don't know what's up. Hopefully there are some more answers about her in A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is my next book that I'm gonna read, because I'm obsessed, and I'm binge reading this series, as a lot of you guys could tell. And if I can't find the audiobook for it, I'm definitely gonna read it, and then my next audiobook, I'm not sure what my next audiobook will be, actually. I haven't decided, because I have so many good audiobooks, and then I have so many good books that I need to read, and it's just, I'm freaking out because of how awesome these books are. books are, because I need to finish the series. It's not even a want, it's a need at this point, because I need to know what happens. And I got my hands on the next book right here, and it's actually the newest one, because it just barely came out a month ago, I think. So I'm like, yay, glad I decided to hold off on this book until the third one came out. But Armorin, she's a mystery to me. I liked how she gave Feyre one of her good luck charms to help in the house with I think it was a weaver. Yeah, it was a weaver. And the weaver scene was actually a pretty great scene. I liked that. And then it's gonna be so hard. It was so hard picking my favorite scenes from this book. It's just, this book is epically awesome, and there's so many great scenes in it, and it's just, this book is my baby at the moment, my favorite. It's like, there's a lot that I've claimed are my favorite so far, but this book is definitely my favorite. Definitely. Oh my god, it's just so awesome. So awesome. Okay, next is Azriel. Azriel's a really silent force, but I could tell he could kill anyone in his path. And Azriel, I'm a little bit more interested to know a little bit more about Azriel. Because we know a little bit of his background story, we don't know a lot, and I'm hoping with the other 3 books we focus more on the Night Court, specifically Cassian, Azriel, Nesta. Nesta's not really part of the Night Court, but I know she's probably going to be the focus in the next 3 books, and I'm not sure who her maid's gonna be. I've heard rumors about who her maid is, but until I read it for sure, I'm not confirming it. In my mind. I'm all like, nope, it's like, that's not gonna be a troop. I have to read A Court of Wings and Ruin first to see if that's really the person she ends up with. And even then, even if she ends up with him at the end of that book, there's 3 more books that are supposed to be from her point of view. So, yeah. That's it. Nesta, before I get into other characters in Night Court, Nesta and Elaine were more of a meh thing for me, but I fucking hate, like, if I had to pick my most hated character in this book, besides Tamlin, because fuck Tamlin, I would have to say the Mortal Queens are my least favorite. One of their queens betrayed them, and then they killed her, and then they were actually in a deal with the King of Hybern all along, and I'm all like, and I knew we couldn't trust these bitches. When they weren't moved by any story they were hearing, when they weren't swayed by any decision, I knew they were too stubborn, and I knew there was something going on there. I didn't expect them to be pairing up with the King of Hybern. I guess I should have expected it, but at the same time, I was hoping that wasn't the case, and oh my god, I fucking hate the Mortal Queens. Ugh. I really hope one of them died in that fucking cauldron. I really do. I was waiting for a scene where one of them would plop into that cauldron and fucking die, because I fucking hate them. I hate them more. I don't know who I hate more, them or Tamlin. There's also another character in here, Jurian. I know his path is painted because of what happened to him, but at the same time, ugh, I hate him. I have a feeling I'm gonna hate him if he's in A Court of Wings and Ruin too, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I'm not 100% sure where this is gonna go, and I just, need to read this because it's such a good book. This is such a good book, and I need to hope A Court of Wings and Ruin at least halfway meets this book's expectations, because this book is pretty high up on my totem pole at the moment. And, okay, so Cassian, I love Cassian. He reminds me of the Night Court's Lucian, but Lucian is a little less funny, a little more serious in this one, and I hate how he puts faith so blindly into Tamlin's cause, like, how they were gonna kidnap Feyre. That's just not cool. Don't kidnap Feyre out of spite and against her own free will, because your boss has an obsession with her. It's not love, it's obsession. Let's get that clear. Clear right now. Right now, I get it. I get that he's heartbroken, and I get that she was his first. But Feyre is not owned by anyone. But back to Cassian. Cassian. I loved his scenes with bickering with Nesta and standing beside Nesta's side and saying that he would fight with her to protect the mortal lands. That was, I'm just gonna say it, I'm a shipper of Cassian and Nesta because they're so sarcastic with each other, and I love sarcastic relationships. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of how Feyre and Rhysand's relationship was. And I'm like, there's gonna be a mating bond between those two, aren't you? I'm a little curious about what Nesta has become, actually, because Feyre even said that she was different than Elain, and I've heard from spoilers that she's a death god, and I'm just over here like, I need to know what that is. I need to read A Court of Wings and Ruin, because I'm just over here like, oh, death god just sounds so awesome, and Nesta's gonna fuck shit up. I know Nesta's gonna fuck shit up because of what they did to Elain, and what they did to her, and how much she hates Faye, and right now she has every right to hate Faye. Even though she is one now, technically. And her sister's one, and oh my god, so many feels in one book. One book, but if I had to talk about my favorite character from the Night Court, I'm gonna say Mor. Mor is my favorite. She's my baby. My baby, from her harassment and joking of Rhysand to how fierce and loyal she is to Feyre, even though she knows that sometimes it's not in Feyre's best interest. I love Feyre and Mor's friendship. Friendship so hardcore. They are my total bro OTP. If I had a bro OTP, it'd be Feyre and Mor. And I don't even know if bro OTP is really the word for two people that are kind of like sisters, but bro OTP in this. Definitely Mor and Feyre, and how she takes Feyre to the house where they used to hide when they were kids to get away from Rhysand after she finds out about the mating bond, which we'll get to in a minute. I just loved, and Mor's just my baby, and I love her, and she's so full of life, and I just, So let's get to Lucien. I am so disappointed in Lucien right now. I know that Tamlin is your High Lord, but trying to kidnap Feyre against her will that one time, it's not cool. And then trying to help him drag her back the second time. I'm all like, can't you guys just fucking give it up? She doesn't want to be there. You should know better. And you should know why she's so pissed off. I know she didn't give Tamlin much of a chance to explain, but he should have known better than to lock her up after she was locked up for however many months down that mountain. She has PTSD. He doesn't even help her with PTSD. Her PTSD gets worse because he's not helping her, because he's dealing with his own shit. But Rhysand also has PTSD from under the mountain and years of what happened with Amarantha, and he still helps Feyre through hers, and they help each other through theirs, which makes their relationship a more pure relationship. Even though I hated Rhysand in the first book, I'm totally shipping them in this book, and I can't wait until they fucking take down the world in this book, because, Feyre is now a spy in the Spring Court, and Tamlin, and can we get to how much I fucking hate Tamlin? Okay. This segment's gonna be long because it's Tamlin, but oh my god, I fucking hate Tamlin so much. First off, you do not lock a girl up in the castle when she has PTSD from being locked away under the mountain. That's something you don't do. I don't even know why she agreed to say yes to marrying Tamlin in the first place. If she's dreading this wedding. And I want to know how the wedding gown is for reason to say that wedding gown is fucking hideous. And I'm just over here like, I wonder I wonder about that. And then there was, oh, and then he sends Lucian to go after her after she already sent him a note going, I'm not coming back. You gotta accept this, bro. And I'm just over here like, he didn't accept it because he sent Lucian to go get her because he thought she was under Rhysand's mind control. And she wasn't. And, it's just, And then how he made a deal with the King of Hybern, but didn't know he would use her sisters against her. I'm like, how fucking stupid could you be? And how could you make a deal with someone who's trying to destroy the mortal lands when you know that's not what Feyre wanted? It's all just about you. It's about what you want. You want this girl so bad that you're willing to destroy her and everything she loves to get her back. And how stupid he was at the end of the book, just Feyre going, oh my god, the bond is broken, when he should fucking know about mating bonds. You think Faye would know about mating bonds? Even Lucian was like, okay, something's up by this, but he's so fucking blinded by his love for her that he doesn't know that she's trying to trick him, and it's fucking stupid, and Tamlin's just a fucking stupid bitch, and I hate him. Stupid Tamlin, but oh my god. How Sarah J. Maas wrote... I agree with everyone. When Sarah J. Maas destroys a fucking character, she destroys him. And even though that's one of my biggest pet peeve tropes, is when they destroy another love interest just so she doesn't have to pick between the two, it's done very well here. And yeah, I don't hate Rhysand. Why would I say hate Rhysand? I hate Tamlin. Rhysand's my baby. I love Rhysand. And let's do Feyre and Rhysand as a whole, because oh my god. This book talk is already in 22 minutes, and Feyre and Rhysand are just life. They are my babies, and I love how at first it was a hate relationship. I love the hate to love relationships because it reminds me so much of Daemon and Elena from the Vampire Diaries, except I think this one's a little bit more stronger at first than Daemon and Elena were, but I still love my Daemon and Elena. They're always gonna be my babies, and Rhysand and Feyre are always gonna be my babies, and the main bond between them, I like Feyre's reaction. I love how she was a little hesitant at first about the mating bond. Like, really? He knew about the mating bond? He didn't tell me? But there are so many good things about this book. So many good things that I can't even discuss unless I want to make like a whole 2-hour video about me talking about this book. Because it's a big book. It's a little bit of hunger, guys, but this book is worth being talked about, and their bond is so strong. And oh my god, I actually have a really funny story about their sex scenes, because oh my god, holy sex scenes in this book. Let's talk about the sex scenes. There's a lot of sex scenes in this, guys. I think I counted like maybe 6 things being mentioned about sex in here. And I'm not a prude by any means, but holy sex scenes, Sarah J. Maas. And I loved every one of them. I'm not gonna lie, I loved them. Except her sex scene with Tamlin. I'm like, ew, gross. Now looking back at that, her sex with Rhysand is just so much fucking hotter. And I never thought I would ship them two together, but now I definitely ship them two. And how Feyre is now his high priestess, his equal in every way. Not his mate, not his wife, but his high priestess, because he's a high priest, and I'm just over here like, oh my god. My god, Rhysand made her his equal in every way, and I just love that. I love how Feyre is his equal in every way. I love how they're matched with a mating bond and everything. Lucian and Elaine's mating bond, though, I don't know about that. I guess I have to see about that, but oh my god. This bond works, and I love it so much. And I love how they trick the King of Hybern into breaking their bond, but she's really... They're really breaking the vow that they made under the mountain, and that's it. But their mating bonds can never be broken, which I love. I love it. I'm pretty sure Lucian knows that May Monks can never be broken. That's why it's like, I don't believe this shit. Tamlin is so fucking stupid. I'm not gonna tell him because he tricked me. So I don't know. We'll see how Lucian is in A Court of Wings and Ruin. But Tamlin and Feyre, my babies. Not Tamlin and Feyre, damn it. Rhysand and Feyre are totally my babies. Tamlin and Feyre, ick. I don't like a really possessive relationships. I love Rhysand and Feyre, and I don't even know why my brain made the connection between Tamlin and Feyre at that point. But oh my god, when we found out that Tamlin killed Tamlin's family and Tamlin killed Rhysand's mother and sister, I was like, I'm done with you. I'm fucking done. How could you even let that remotely happen? How could you let that happen when you claim he was your friend? Your friend, what the fuck? It's just, oh my god. Oh my god, and then Rhysand helped kill Tamlin's family, and I was just like, oh my god. They both helped kill each other's families, and then they were both kings of High Lords, and I'm just over here like, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm just... and what happens to Mor? What happened to Mor with her... them wanting her to marry a cruel ruler and her going to lose her virginity and then her family retaliating against that by basically leaving her on the brink of death? I hated that. I fucking hate Mor's family. Mor's family, they could go rot. I love how Rhysand broke Mor's father's arm. It's like, you deserve that. You deserve that after what you did to your fucking daughter. You selfish prick. And, it's just, I loved so many things about this book. I didn't really hate much. The next segment I usually have is things I hated. I didn't really hate much, but it's hard to pick what my favorite scenes were because there are so many favorites. Definitely every scene I had between Rhysand and Feyre is my favorite. If I had to pick a scene where I just absolutely loved them, I think it was whenever the first time they had sex. That was an epic scene. I loved that so much. And then and if I had to pick a non-sex scene that I liked those two in, I would pick whenever Star, whatever it's called, Stardust or Star, whatever. I loved that celebration and how they're just so lighthearted and fun during that moment, even though sometimes they're not. And it's just, it was just a good scene. And they have a lot of good scenes in this book. There is no scene where I metaphorically rolled my eyes at, except the ending where Tamlin's all, the mating bond between them is broken, and Feyre is mine again. Feyre is not yours, you fucking idiot. She doesn't belong to you. She doesn't belong to anyone, basically. She might be Rhysand's mate, but she's also Rhysand's equal, and I love Rhysand. And I didn't think I loved Rhysand, but how he sacrificed himself to Amarantha to save the Night Court and keep Valeria safe under all costs. It was just, Rhysand's an epic person. And the nightmare scene. Definitely the nightmare scene is one of my favorites. The nightmare scene is where I started loving Rhysand and Feyre. Because at first the ship was kind of like meh for me. It wasn't like super epic. It was okay. But it started really getting epic when Feyre helps pull Rhysand out of his nightmares. I loved that, and how they share this bond between each other, even though they don't know it yet. Yeah, well, Rhysand knows about it, but Feyre doesn't. Oh my god, guys, this book is just so good. Just so good. And I can't even pick my favorite scenes out of this book. It's just too hard. Because there's a lot of scenes. There's Star, whatever it's called. There's the nightmare scene. There's Mor's story. There's the ending. That ending was pretty good. Even though it was kind of predictable. But at the same time, just so many good scenes. And of course, every single time Feyre and Rhysand were mentioned, I just totally ship them. Oh, I love them so much. They're my babies. And I can't wait. I think one thing, if I had to transcend a film, would have been that ending. Because I really wish that they had switched Feyre and Rhysand's thing, because I think it would be epic just to hear, just like, imagine this canvas. They have Feyre and Rhysand, and they're switching between the part, and I had this visual when I was reading this book, and we don't know about her tattoo on the right arm whenever it's in the cinematic universe, but we hear at the last part, Rhysand saying, oh, I have to, imagine Feyre going into the spring court, going upstairs to wash up or something, and then them coming between Rhysand explaining what'll happen, and the last line of the movie, I swear, if they had to pick an epic last line of the movie, they wouldn't pick Feyre's last line, they would pick Rhysand saying, what if it's like Armin going, until then, what of the cauldron of the book, and I picture in cinematic universe, at the very ending Rhysand saying, until then, we go to war, and at the end of the whole we go to war, Feyre takes off her gloves and reveals the other markings she has, and that would be the ending of the movie, and I could totally picture it happening that way in the movie universe, but okay. But I love this book so much, guys. It's epically amazing and awesome, and there are so many parts here that I can't even talk about, because like I said, if we talked about them, it would be like an hour-long video, and 32 minutes seems good enough for me, so that's all of the thoughts I have on A Court of Mist and Fury. If you haven't picked up this book series, if you're still here because you want to get spoiled, I would highly suggest picking up. It's a pretty good series, and I love it to pieces. And I can't wait to read A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's my next book on my TBR, and it's just going to be epic as this book is. But that is it for my spoiler discussion of A Court of Mist and Fury, and I can't wait to read A Court of Wings and Ruin and see how this arc ends. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!